Charlie Nagy joining us here.
Nobody said Bud Shaw. That's all they had to say. If I would have known that, I would have been here earlier.
You had to follow Fergie Jenkins.
I'll follow anybody to sit down and talk to you guys. Are you kidding me?
Charlie, great to see you.
It's good seeing you guys.
It's always a pleasure to catch up with you to reflect on some of the Indians teams and some of the best memories that we've had. But just being back here and seeing the camaraderie with All-Star Week and all of that, it's got to be pretty cool for you to be a part of it.
Oh, it's great. I'm just happy for the city of Cleveland, just showcase the ballpark, showcase the city, for the fans, for just everybody here. It's just it's going to be a great weekend.
Charlie, 97 was such a phenomenal year, right?
Yes.
With the All-Star game here, with what you guys ended up doing. At one point in that season, it didn't look like things were going to go the Indians' way, right?
No, we had Grover sat us down many a time for a few heart-to-heart meetings, and I think that year we had the lowest win total of any team in the playoffs. But it's all timing like anything else. I mean, we caught fire in a bottle, or you got hot at the right time, however you want to put it, and. We weren't supposed to get past the Yankees. Everybody was upset because they were hoping another rematch with the Orioles, right. and oh well.
So who have you run into here from that team?
I saw Jared earlier.
Yeah.
So far that's been it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Have you seen him in a while, or is he?
I have not seen him in a while. He's very tan.
I noticed.
Unbelievably tan and very fit. So. We're supposed to throw BP to some corporate clients, I think, on Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, you are? Yeah?
It should be exciting.
Is Jared going to do that?
I believe so.
These guys know that he throws it high and tight, right?
Well, that was back in the day.
Okay.
He's four kids into it, 4 or 5 kids into it. So yeah. Okay. So, or maybe he'll let out something. I don't know.
So that year that Bud was talking about, 97, there was 87 wins, I think, for you guys. So you talked about getting hot at the right time. I remember. Wasn't it Tommy's birthday? You guys all put the socks up like the last part of the year. Wasn't that when everyone did
it was Jimmy's birthday, and we did it that day, and we won, and we just said, hey, we got to do it the rest of the year. And it just kind of brought us all together maybe a little bit. And I know, it just was the look at that time. And, we had a good team, a good bunch of guys. And like I said, we just came together at the right time.
So what are you looking to do next?
That's a good question, bud. We'll see. Well, I got let go by the Angels, so this past 6 months I've been teaching my youngest how to drive.
Yeah.
Successfully. She got her license last week.
Well done.
Well done there. And now just, who knows what's going to happen.
Would you like to keep working as a pitching coach if you could?
In baseball in some capacity. I enjoy the game very much. It's what I know. It's what I love, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Well, you're still very well thought of here in Cleveland by this organization. Is there a chance you might come back here?
Like everything else, it's really not up to me or up to you, but you never know.
You want me to call anybody on your behalf?
That'd be great. Please do. I don't. Chris
he only
Antonetti?
charges like 10%, so it's.
Yeah.
Like I have some impact or some pull.
We'll just go down to the brewery.
All right,
sit at the bar.
We'll go to the Rocky River Brew Co.
Yeah.
People. Come join Charlie tonight.
We just need to time it up better so we get there at the same time.
Charlie, can you believe, I was thinking about this, the ballpark, the fact that it's going to host an All-Star game in 2019. It was built in 94. I feel like every year there's new ballparks that are going up like so quickly. And here's Progressive Field still sitting there, and you were there for some of the early days of it. I mean, is it amazing that...
It is great. It's the second All-Star game at that ballpark, and the newly remodeled Progressive Field. So it's a great stadium. They've taken really good care of it, and it's just a great place to play. People like coming to Cleveland. People like playing in that ballpark, and I'm excited for the game.
You think when you pitched in the old place too, right?
Yeah.
Your first year up was 90.
1990. I got called up in 90, so I pitched there for like 3 years almost. Yeah.
What were those experiences like?
I was in the big leagues, so I was just digging it.
You didn't care, right?
I didn't care at all.
Yeah.
Everybody, complained about it. I came up, it was a veteran team at the time. I was just happy to be there. I had to share a locker with Keith Hernandez.
Is that right? Well, he was never there. So.
But he was never there. He was there actually.
Like having a
the one
roommate
day
who never comes home.
I got called up. He was there.
I never knew that story.
Yeah. And the only thing he told me was, "Hey, don't touch my smokes." I said, "It's okay. I don't smoke, so we're good."
Don't touch my smokes.
That's fantastic.
Oh my gosh!
But it was a big ballpark. It was, cavernous. It was a great place to pitch, and I just, was enjoying it and being in the big leagues. And
when that team was renovated, whatever you want to call it, rebuilt, Was there one deal that you think made all the difference? Not all, but
well, I
kind
think
of
everybody
propelled you guys
pinpoints
into what you became?
Well, the deal early on when Sandy and Carlos and those guys came over, and then I think it was just the signing of Dennis and Eddie when we went from the old stadium to the new that just took it to a whole new level. You had two veterans who've been around for a long time, both successful, had great careers, very knowledgeable, and we're just excited to, be there with us and help us grow. They saw the future and possibilities. And I remember running into Eddie, and I didn't even think he knew who the heck I was at like the Fan Fest that winter and a dinner. And he was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Because I had just come off surgery that year before. And he's like, "I'm really looking forward to this season." He says, "You make sure you're healthy and you get out there and
wow,
win
that
some
had to
games."
blow you away, huh?
It did,
Yeah.
and I got from that point on, I think everybody was just excited.
And he also said, "Hey, and keep your hands off my smokes."
Hey,
too.
yeah, don't touch my smokes. Yeah, stay away from my locker.
When you're in the moment of playing through all of that, you guys had so much success. When you're in the moment, it probably doesn't hit you now that you're older and you're still in the game, but you can look back on what you guys were able to do in that 90s era. I mean, is it remarkable to even you that was a
It's
big
just
part of it?
at the time we were playing through, we're just having a great time like everybody else. The Browns had left, so we were the only ticket in town. Richfield was a little further south, but we were just enjoying everything with the fans, the winning the new stadium and everything that came with it. But reflecting back now and just sitting down and people were just comparing some of those lineups that we had and the hitters and whatnot to some of the best lineups in the game. And that's when you realize, and then all of a sudden you got, Eddie goes in the Hall of Fame, Tomey's in the Hall of Fame, we got a handful of other guys who are destined for the Hall of Fame also. And then you think back to when we all came up together and just, it's like, first of all, it's like, I can't believe it's been that many years ago.
I know.
And then second of all, it's like, I can't believe we were all, we had such great players.
I had worked in Atlanta before coming here. So they asked me to write something for the newspaper back there about that matchup in the World Series, and I picked the Indians to win it. And one of the reasons I said Fred McGriff would hit 7th in this lineup. And that was like, they killed me down there for saying that.
Wow.
But when you looked at it, I mean, Manny and Tomey were hitting 7th.
Yeah,
in
they
this
were hitting
lineup,
down
right?
in the orders. Sandy was 9th, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a remarkable time, and I still believe that if strikes, I know it sounds like
If we had the strike zone of today,
I really believe that would have been a world
You think so?
championship.
But-
Yeah, I mean, I just think Glavine and
you
Smoltz,
tip your cap. Those are two,
They're
Hall of
great
Famers, great pitchers. I mean, I looked up to them, I admire them, and hey, we ran into
Yeah,
a great pitching staff.
and Glavine had a way of taking that 2 inches off the plate and making it 4 inches or 6 inches by the end of the game. He was just fantastic. But anyway,
What do you think is different now in the game as opposed to when you were playing? Anything stick out to you
Obviously they're
besides the money?
the money's always, yeah, that's bigger. But the players are big again.
Yeah.
Players are getting bigger. Whether it's baseball-specific training or now there's supplements that they can take to aid in their training, and guys are training differently now. They're training to get bigger and stronger and faster. The strike zone's more vertical now than horizontal, like you mentioned before. Yeah. So that aids in, if you make a mistake, it's going to be hit pretty hard. So
we were talking when Ferguson Jenkins was here at a time when his best year was 71, and he had 30 complete games and 39 starts.
yeah, that's changed.
That's changed a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Even from when you were pitching.
Yes, yeah.
Do you remember what was your season high for complete games?
My season high was 10 one year.
Wow.
10.
That's still
a lot.
That never happens now, right?
No. And guys, even like I've been in the coaching ranks and just talking to some of the players and, just talking to them about trying to pitch a lot of innings, and it's just not asked of them anymore, and guys aren't developed that way. So
as
it is what it is.
As a pitching coach, you have to manage the pitching staff different because of that, or?
You just have to make sure that you have some fresh guys down in the bullpen. But you still try and talk to them. You still try and inject in them, about pitching innings, and how valuable that is, and how it helps the team, and just basically more so how to take care of yourself through the course of the season. and what will enable them to do something like that.
I just feel like there's such an emphasis in these middle relievers. A new life of its own.
Yeah.
A new life of its own.
Yeah.
A new life of its own.
Yeah, so it'd
Life of its
be
own.
yeah, so it'd be interesting. Yeah, so it'd be interesting. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see in a couple. Be interesting to see in a couple years. Interesting to see in a couple years when those middle relievers start commanding higher salaries.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so when they get to that point and see what they and how valuable they really are. Right now they're they're low paid labor, I guess. I don't,
Are you sticking around for the whole weekend?
I am. I'll be here all week. No, as they say. I got things to do all week. Yeah.
And you'll
I
be
got
here for the
the
game?
Futures game tomorrow, so I'm gonna be helping Dennis
That's right.
coaching on his staff.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Monday and Tuesday, I think I got some other obligations that I'll fulfill.
Ask Dennis if he remembers when me and Hoynes drove him to his start in a World Series.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sure he
was
does.
waiting outside of the hotel in Atlanta. And he said, "Where you guys going to the park?" Seriously.
Yeah.
And we said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Can I have a ride?"
Yeah.
Hey, he wouldn't take a cab. Ask him why he wouldn't take a cab. That's what I want to
Well,
know.
who was he
all
waiting
these
for?
years later.
What was he waiting?
The bus had left already. So we did. We drove him to his start.
the
And
World
I was
Series.
like,
He knew you guys were coming down.
I was afraid I was going to get in an accident.
Yeah, could you
and
imagine?
have everybody in Cleveland screaming at me. So
That was already happening, so it would have been.
well, that's true too.
There you go.
Including Jarrett, who's not here anymore. Hopefully.
That's right. Well, Charlie, listen, it's great
Hey,
to
man,
see you.
thanks.
Guys,
You
great
look
seeing
great.
you. Thanks for having me.
Great
Appreciate
to be back
it.
in Cleveland.
Maybe
and,
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys will see each other at some brewery.
Sounds good.
I can think of
All right.
one.
Thanks so much.
All right,
Charlie
man.
Nagy, always
See you,
fun
Charlie.
to check in with him.